Hello guys, welcome to Pantech E-Learning, and today is day 20. We just learn how to building APIs with Django REST framework in Python. Okay. In the previous session, we understand what is APIs. In the previous session, we understand what is APIs, and now we're going to learn what is REST API. Okay. First, we're going to learn what is REST API, and after that, we just building a APIs with Django REST framework. Okay. Yeah, good evening to everyone. Welcome to Pantech E-Learning. I'm Gohan. Okay, guys, let's go into the topic now. My voice is low. Now it's clear. Check it now. Okay, now we're just going to learn how to building a APIs with Django REST framework. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Mohan, for your response. Okay, first we're going to introduction of APIs and Django REST framework. Okay. We already see what is API. Okay, once again we see what is API. Basically, API is a application stand for application programming interface, and it's allow different software to different software application to communicate with each other. Basically, it is like a bridge, like it is like a waiter. It can share our data. It can communicate to softwares through the API. Okay, basically API is a intermediate that can used to communicate with the both softwares. API is a programming interface allow different software application to communicate with each other. Okay, and now we're going to learn what is REST. Now we're going to learn what is REST. We already know what is API. Now we're going to learn what is REST API. Okay, REST is nothing but it is using only these methods. Okay, we just and the same thing, it will give the request, the user give the request, and the server give the data. Basically these are the API functionality, but the rest is we just done this operation only. What are the operation? We just get the data, we just post the data, we just put the data, we just delete the data. Okay, these are the operation. Okay, and the data will be given in the JSON format. Okay, it will be the server give the data in the JSON format. If user give a request based on this method, if user want to get the data, so using the get method, and this method going to the server and grab the data, and after that the API give to the user again. And if the user want to post the data, post the new data, he can create create a new data using this post method. The user create a new data in the server through the API. Okay, and if user want to alter any data using the put method, the user want to delete any data using delete method. These are the how the REST API is working. What is Django REST framework? What is Django REST framework? We already know what is REST, representational state transfer. Okay, this is the full form of REST. The REST framework is nothing but we using this operation, we doing this process through this framework, that is called Django REST framework. We doing this operation by this framework. We already know what is framework, and this operation are done by this framework, that is called Django REST framework. That's shortly called DRF. It is shortly called DRF, and DRF is a powerful and flexible toolkit for building web APIs in Django. Basically, we just if you need to collecting a data into the another website or another applications, you can using this REST, which whenever we need, we just using this REST framework. Okay, that's why we using a Django REST framework. Why we use DRF? Simplify the API development with features like centralization, authentication, and view set. These are the three operations. Or give advantage to the using of DRF. DRF is Django REST framework. Okay, this are the reason why we using a DRF. Basically, we having a three operation. One is serialization, authentication, and view set. These are the three operations we using when we API development. These are the operation we using when API development. So we choosing a DRF. DRF is Django REST framework. Okay, now we understand what is serializers. Now we understand what is serializers. Okay, serializer. Okay, first convert the complex data type like query set and models instant to native Python data type. Okay, basically it can converting another complex data types. There is several data types like a query set. Query set is nothing but we using in a PostgreSQL, that is called query sets. Okay, these are the syntax are called query sets, and the model instance. In Django we are using a ORM, right? Your ORM is just based on the class method, and here we just converting these types of different data types into our normal Python data type. That is why we using a serializers. Okay, and there are two types of serializers. One is normal serializer and another one is model serializer. Okay, these are two types. One is serializer and another one is model serializer. And now we're going to learn what is APIView. The APIView is nothing but in Django we having a view file, right? We having a view file, and that is using whenever we using a DRF REST Django REST framework, that view file is called as APIView. Okay, that is simple. Okay, we already know what is view in Django. Whenever we using a Django REST framework, in this view file is called as APIView. And what are the views? Okay, the class based view, we already know what is class based view, and the same thing here also, that's providing a foundation for view in DRF. And allow defining a method like get, post, put, and delete. These are the operation are defined in the view file. this operation are defined in the APIView file, that is called APIView. We already know view file, and the same thing we just using this operation get, post, put, these are the operation, delete, these are the operation we using in this view file. That's why that is called the APIView. Okay, now we're going to learn how to building a APIs with Django REST framework. First we need to install our framework. So we just creating a environment. After that we need to install this libraries, install a framework just using this command pip install Django REST framework, Django REST framework. These are the command. When I type in the terminal, it will be downloading all the resources in the online. And after that we need to create a project and app. Okay, we just learn this through practical way, and I just explaining these things simply. Okay, we just creating a project and app, and we need to configure install app in our setting file. After that we need to define the model. In the model.py file in Django, and we need to save the data, save the model.py perfectly. So we using this Python manage.py migration, make migration, and after that we need to use python.py migrate, and we need to create a serializer file, separate file in Django. And after we need to set APIView file in Django. After that we need to mention these things in the setting.url, and we also include in our project URL. And finally we just using python man.py run server. It will be generating link like this, and this link are used to see our REST framework working correctly or not. Okay, now we're going to just a minute. Okay, now we're going to just creating a new file. I'm just deleting the existing file. Okay, first I just opening terminal. In the search bar just write cmd, it will be opening the terminal. Just change the directory, and I just creating a new file. Here. So I just mention make directory, and I mention the folder name drf project, and it will be creating a new file here. Okay, and after that I going to that directory cd okay. Now I going to this directory. After that I just clear this. Now I need to create a virtual environment for this folder. I just type python env, and I just mention my env name is just env. Okay, after that I enter. It will be creating an environment for this particular project. And after that I'm going to the env and just type scripts and activate. It will be activate the environment. When you see like this, it will be activate your environment perfectly. And now I install the Django REST framework. So I just type pip install Django and space, just type Django again and REST and framework. Okay, sorry, work. Now I enter. It will be downloading the all resources through online. Which is working in this directory. Okay. Okay, it will be download properly, and also we just opening this. Okay. Now our Django REST framework installed perfectly, and I need to create a Django project. Okay, just I type Django admin and start project, and just type project name. I just type my project name is my project. After that I give space and just mention dot, because it will be created in the current directory, just created here. Okay, I just enter. Now I need to create, now I go into the folder. It will be creating like this, it will be creating a project like this. And now I just create a new project. Sorry, I just creating a new app. Just type python manage.py and just type start app, and now I mention the app name. I just mention using app name is API. Now I enter. It will be creating a app. Go to the folder, here the API app. Okay, now I just open this folder in VS Code. Just copy this back. Okay, just type in terminal code space dot. It will be automatically open your VS Code. Now it automatically open our VS Code. Here our folder of app, here our folder of project. And going to the terminal again. Okay, we just creating a new app, right? We just creating a new app here that called API, and we need to mention in our project setting. So going to the setting. Now I just type what is the app name, API, and mention like this, and go to the install app. And also we already install REST framework. Whenever we installing a REST framework, we also mention REST framework. Whenever we installing any framework or library, we also mention like here. Okay, I just mention REST framework. Okay, and put comma here. Now I save it, and now I creating a model. Just creating a model.py in our API app. I going to the model.py. I just clear this. Okay, basically in model.py I just import Django. In Django we just import database, that is called DB, and import models. The models is nothing but the models are using for DB interaction. Okay, and we just creating a class that called item, and in models we inherit the model. Okay, in this model we having a model functions class which is importing inherit the model. Okay, and after that I just creating a name, and in model char field is nothing but it is similar for varchar, the varchar, and which is creating a one column that called name, and another column it called description. Okay, after that we just converting everything to the string. Okay, that's why we're using this command. I just save it here. I just mentioning a database table. So whenever I using model.py, I just using this command for saving the changes. Just type python manage.py make migration. It will be show like this, and after I just type python manage.py migrate. It will be apply perfectly. I just clear this. After I need to create a new file in an app. I just create and name the file serializer.py. I just creating a serializers.py file. Okay, now from REST framework I just import serializer. And from model, the current directory model, we having a model file here, right? Current directory model, I just import item. What is our class name? Item in model.py, and I just creating a class that is called item serializer. Item serializer and serializer using serializer dot model serializer. Here we just put class meta. Okay, I just copy paste, and after that I explain everything. When I type, it's taking more time. Okay, first we just importing the REST framework, and after that we just importing a serializer. Why we using serializer? Serializing is used to convert every data type into our Python based data types. Okay, that's why we using a serializers. And after we just importing our model. What is model? This is our model file. We just importing this model file. Import items. We are in our model file. We are having a item class. So in this class we just mentioning a tables, two columns, and this data we need to converting to our Python data type. That's why we need to import this item, and after that we just inherit our serializer class. We already have a serializer function in REST framework. We just using the model serializers. We just converting this model to our Python data types. Okay, so we using this, and meta is used to converting all the field. We just mentioning field is all. This means we just converting the everything to convert our Python data type. That's why we using this class meta. Okay, we just mentioning the model item, that means the class in the model we just mention, and we need to, what are the fields we need to change, we just mention all. So it will be completely change everything to our Python data type. That's why we using this. After that we need to go to the view.py. Here I just clear everything. and from REST framework I just import viewer. Okay, view set. Okay, and after that I just mention from model import item. We just also importing this model item here. After that from serializers, this file we just import item serializer class, right? And now I just creating a class and mention the item view set. I mention some different name set. Okay, I just mention the view item view set. It's our okay. I just set item view set for class name, and I just import view set model view. In the view set we just importing the model view. In view set we just importing the model view, and after that I just query set variable. In this query set I just mention item dot this item. I just start object dot all. In the model we just mentioning the query set we just mention in item we just converting all, so that's why we mention all. And serializer class just mention item serializer. We just save in the variable query set, and we just save in the serializer class. First item serializer in serializer class variable. Now I save this. And I need to create a new file that's called urls.py, and here I need to import Django .urls and import path, because we need to mention the path, and we need to also using include also. Okay, and after that from REST framework we just using routers. After I need to import default router for routing. Okay, and again I need to import from view. In this file we just importing our class. What is class? Item view set. In the view file we having a item view set, so we just using importing everything in the URL. Now I just creating a router variable. In this variable I just save the default routers. So I just creating an object. In, and that object saved in the router variable. Now I just again router dot register or read mode items. Use it URL pattern. just creating a URL patterns variable and just creating a list. Mention the path, so just using path function and creating a default for double comma for default. When I load, it will be automatically load our web page. So now I import router dot urls. Okay, just mention like this. Okay, now going to the project level URL. Here I need to mention, I need to include everything. Okay, I need to include everything. So I just first I mention path. Here I need to mention API slash. After that I just include our app level URL. So I just mention API. In API we having a URLs file. We have in API folder we having a URL file. So I mention like this and put comma here. Here we need to import include. Okay, now it's clear. Now I save this. Now we done everything perfectly. Now I go into the now I'm going to the browser. First I need to go to the terminal. For run this project, how we run this project, just type python manage.py run server. It will be run our project. Show some error. What is it? Is in the view. Okay, and going to the code in view file. We're just visiting our view file. Okay, just what is the mistake we did? Okay, I need to save it first. Okay, now again I just check. Now it's clear. Just type python manage.py run server. Okay, so again missing a column argument view. Exception Django thread bootstrap. Okay, type error slide. Okay, in url.py we need to missing the view file. So going to here and here our URL router.url. Okay, just checking url.py. We need to mention here, right? So current directory. Go to our project URL. Again we check python manage run server to same error. Just a minute. path url.py here or url.py import view. Okay, view dot item list, just mention this view file, need to mention router.url. It is okay. Okay, just opening again. Go to desktop. In desktop we having the Django REST framework project. Here I need to using CMD. Is clear. Now I just have Python manage.py run server. It's so okay. It's not. First we need to activate our environment. My env script activate. Okay, what's the problem? Okay, I mentioned the env mistakenly. Okay, I just type env script activate. React to just a Python manage.py run server. Now it's run correctly. I just go to the browser now. Now go to the browser, paste the link, show like this, but we're creating a router for API items, so which is using /API /items. Now enter, it will be load perfectly. REST framework, in the REST framework we just using API items in and after the 8000, so it will be load perfectly. These are our two field. We creating a two data field here, name and description. We creating a two field in model.py, that is called name and description. It will be created here. It will be created here, and I just enter my name and type description. Now I post. It will be show here like in the JSON format. Okay, ID is 1 and name is my name and description is developer. Okay, these are the just getting the response in the JSON format. Okay, whenever using API, it will be show like this. Okay, this is our header session. In header session, we just see the HTTP 200 means okay, that is fine. The getting request is fine. And what are the methods we allow? Get, post, head option. Okay, and what are the content type? Application JSON and very accepted. And after that, we just getting the data. Whenever we using like this also and using JSON, it will be show in the web page like this. Okay, this is the JSON format. ID 1, name, my name and description is developer. Okay, and now I just transfer another name. Just type Pantech tick, description just company. Okay, now I post. It will be go to the ID2, name, Pantech, description, company, and I just see in the JSON format. Now it will be show in the JSON format. ID1, name, Guhan, description, developer, and these are the another data. ID2, name, Pantech, description, company. These are the format we using when developing API. We just using a data in the JSON format. This is the JSON format. Okay, and that's all of today content. This is we are how using a JSON Django REST framework, and we understand what is JSON format here, and this will be the how the response will be look like. This is the how the response is look like. Okay, and that's all of your today content, and we will see in the next session. And if you anybody interested to convert this masterclass into internship, you can. If you have a way, you just in this internship you having a 30 days content, and after we giving a 3 project with the source code, and we also providing an internship certificate. And if anyone is interested, you can scan it here. You get the internship for 1 month certificate also for Django FullStack. We had to save in database. Yeah, it's we creating a model for that. Okay, fine, and that's all of today content. And is there any doubt, you can ask me in LinkedIn also. And thank you for your time, and we will